Hi, I'm Sharon, and this is Knit Style. Hi everybody, and welcome to Knit Style, a podcast about knitting, spinning, and now hand dyeing. I sometimes talk about sewing, but I have not done any sewing at all this summer because it has been very hot and I kind of like to sew on my porch and it's been too hot to sit out there. So I'll get back to it at some point, but getting my business off the ground and everything else that's been going on, I haven't had any time for it. So if you hear some pounding in the background, that is my husband. He is splitting some wood for our campfire tonight. We're going to have a little backyard fire. We have a little chimenea out here, and we enjoy having fires in our backyard on nice cool nights. We did it last night, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Such nice, neat, stacked wood.
It's not chopped wood, it's broken wood.
No, that's what I'm saying. Oh, you stacked it so beautifully.
I want to get the fire going tonight so we don't have a disastrous fire.
Yeah, last night our fire wasn't so great.
I split a bunch of wood in the garage, so...
Yeah, I know, we heard you.
Oh, okay. That's all out now. Small pieces. So
Cool.
It should go well.
It'll be fun.
I know, it'll be more fun when the snow's coming down.
So it is Labor Day weekend, and I have started my full-time job back already. I teach in a school district. I'm a speech-language pathologist, and we went back on August 31st, and the kids came back September 1st. So it's actually good because I got myself into it before Labor Day weekend and saw all the administrative stuff is over, and so we can just start right back on Tuesday. So that's awesome. And yeah, so I have been having a great time. I've been busy doing lots of things. Time's going by quick. So anyway, let's get right to the show. So I have some things that I have been knitting. So I have not been spinning at all again because doing lots of things that you just heard about. So let's talk about the knitting. Okay, I have a finished object. Yay! They're so pretty. And these colors are just as vibrant as you're seeing on screen. So these are by Mustache Yarns. And this is her perfect sock base. Self-striping in the sesame colorway. And she dyes this in a 20 striper, and this is a 16 striper. So it's beautiful. So much fun to knit. They flew off my needles because they were so much fun. So I put in my usual. These were actually toe up. I have big feet, yo. Look at that. These were toe up, fish lips kiss heel, knit up the cuff, 2x2 rib. Just quick, easy socks. So this is basically most of the socks I knit. So after finishing these, what did I have to do? Cast on a new pair of socks, of course, and you'll be seeing those in a few minutes. So last week I showed you this project. It is a shawl by Martina Bem, and it's really quite lovely. And I actually got quite a bit of progress done on it this week, as you can see. So I shouldn't even say I'm halfway through the project at all, because I'm not. I'm supposed to do 14 repeats, and then I'm supposed to do something else. I'm not really sure. So I'm on my 14th repeat, and half of my yarn supposedly is supposed to be finished, and I don't think it is. I weighed it the other night and it was 75 grams. That's not halfway done. So yeah, I have a ways to go before I'm halfway through the skein, but it's nice, it's fun. The only bad thing about it is you have to think about it and follow a chart, which I usually don't mind doing. But you know, I kind of want some mindless knitting right now. But it's cute, it's pretty. You do these little snowflakes, and I have a little bead in each one. It doesn't call for beads, but I put one in anyway, in each one. And that reminds me, I forgot to put one in this one. So I need to drop down and do that. So that's kind of where I am on this project. But the pattern is by Martina Bem. She is one of my favorite designers, and it is called Snowflake Party. It's not available for general sale at this point because it is part of her 2016 club, and it'll probably be available in another few months. I think she releases them 6 months after they've been released, or 8 months, I don't know. It was released in February, so it should be coming out soon. So I actually should be getting my 3rd shipment soon, and I haven't even finished knitting the 1st shipment. Oh well, that's okay. More knitting for me. Alright, so the next thing that I have been working on is my Rhinebeck sweater. And that is this sweater. It's called the One Way Tee. It's out of Interweave Knits, Spring 2015. So the pattern's been out about a year. There's a bunch of them on Ravelry, which is really cool. And what I did was, the pattern definitely wasn't going to fit me at all. So it's knit in pieces, so I went on Amy Herzog's website and I got a custom fit pattern generated just for me with a lot of the specs of the sweater, and there was an error in my gauge, and I showed you that last week, but that seems to be corrected now because I did a giant gauge swatch, which I showed you last week, and I recast on with the correct number of stitches, and it's going fairly well. Although I'm knitting it at night, so I've made some mistakes and I've had to do some ripping. But it's slow going. As you're going to see in a minute. It's really slow going. So I only have this much done. This is the back. This is it. 2 inches. No, I'm sorry. Maybe it's up to 2.5 inches. But I'm only really working on it in the evening. This is not going to be done for Rhinebeck. No way. But that's okay. I have a Rhinebeck sweater, my big old coat, and that's really cool. But anyway, look at that pretty lace diamond that runs up the front of the sweater. And that's it. Just this little strip. But that's okay. I'm cool with it. And I love this yarn. This is Plucky Knitter in the sweater base, and I don't know the colorway, sorry. I'll have to put it here somewhere. So it's a great project. I need something for the fall that's woolly and thicker, you know, than my usual fingering weight knits. So yeah, it's great. It's a DK weight. So I'm really enjoying it. Alright, so I cast on something new this week. And this is yarn that I purchased last year because I was buying all the Halloween yarn last year. So, and I hardly knit any of it, but I'm getting an early start this year. So this is a pair of socks. And these are them. How cute are they? These are not self-striping, or this yarn was not dyed as a self-striping. This is a variegated yarn, but look how cool the striping is coming out on the sock. And I'm thinking seriously of putting in, I started these top down, I'm thinking seriously of putting in a heel flap and a gusset on these, because I want to see what the yarn does. In fact, I'm not just thinking of it, I am going to do it. I'm going to put a heel flap and a gusset into these, because I want to see if it pulls. You know, sometimes it'll pull over the gusset, because I love pulling. I don't know, I'm sure I've talked about it before, but I love it when my yarns pool, and I love it when variegated yarns do stuff like this. So yeah, I'm obsessed with this project. I love it. So the yarn is by Knitting and Color, and she's on Etsy. She has a great shop, beautiful yarn. I love the space, love it, love it, love it. It's so smushy and lovely for socks. It's a light fingering base, and it'll fit in your shoes just perfectly, because it just, you know, it's not too beefy, and it's great. It's superwash. So loving knitting this, loving it. And these colors are beautiful. Knitting and Color does gorgeous neons, and I love neons. So we have a little neon yellow, purple, and neon pink, white, and black. And the colorway is called Spooky. And actually, the last time I checked her shop, which wasn't too long ago, a couple days ago, she had this in stock for Halloween. So if you want to go over there and get some of this, I believe it's available. So those are a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying them. Okay, who wants to see some yarn? I'm going to call this segment Window Shopping, because I don't know about you, but I love to watch shows and look at yarn, and I don't buy it. I just like looking at it. So let's window shop, shall we? And if you'd like to buy it, the yarn will be available in my shop update on Tuesday, September 6th, I want to say. Pretty sure it's the 6th, yeah. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, I opened up an Etsy shop last week. I had my very first update, and thank you so much for everybody who purchased a skein of yarn or more. And you should all have your skeins by now, and I hope that you're happy with them. If for some reason you're not, just let me know. I'm very good about customer service, and yeah. So I also ship quickly. I like having things out fast. I've sold on eBay for a number of years, and fast shipping, I've just gotten used to it. I try to get it out usually a day and a half to 2 days after something is purchased. So yeah, so I shipped, the update was Tuesday, and I shipped everything out. I printed out the shipping labels on Wednesday. Everything was out of my house Thursday morning. On our way to work, I just dropped it at the post office. So that's pretty much going to be my workflow. So Saturday mornings, I'm going to dye. I will list 8 to 12 skeins on Tuesday evenings, and then get them shipped out on Thursday if they're purchased. And if they're, you know, if there's some left in the shop and they're purchased, I'll get them out as soon as possible, because that's, I don't know, that's just something that's important to me, is to have fast shipping, because I know when I want something, when I order something, I want it, you know, like yesterday. Okay, so I spent yesterday afternoon, or morning and afternoon, in my kitchen dyeing yarn. I think I just got bit by a mosquito. Sorry. Anyway, let me show you what I dyed. So what I did is I restocked the shop with things that sold out, with some things that sold out. I have about 8 skeins left in my shop right now. So if you want to go over there and look, there's still some beautiful skeins left. There is a mosquito. Anyway, so I dyed up some more Deep Sea Rainbow. And let me tell you a little something. I ordered some new bases. So this one is a BFL base. Now, some of you might not know what BFL is, and you might have heard the term thrown around. BFL stands for Blue-Face Leicester, and Blue-Face Leicester is a type of wool. And most of the wool that you purchase in commercial yarn stores or online, most of it's merino. Everybody loves merino. It's nice and soft. It's bouncy, easy to work with, and there are many, many merino sheep in the world, and yeah, they produce most of the commercial yarn that we purchase. So probably the next most popular named wool that we purchase is BFL, Blue-Face Leicester. So I'll see if I can insert a little picture of a Blue-Face Leicester sheep here. So the wool that I purchase is from the UK, and the bear wool, and they have a lot of Blue-Face Leicester sheep over there, and it is just lovely, lovely for socks. It's a little bit longer in staple than merino, meaning that, you know, the point between the locks is longer than merino, which doesn't necessarily make it coarser, but this has just a little bit more of a tooth to it, and it's a little stronger for socks. And what's even nicer is this BFL is also paired with nylon, so there's nylon in this. So BFL nylon, you're gonna have warm, strong socks, and they're lovely. They're just a little bit toothier than the merino, but in a good way. They're just beautiful. They'll make just really nice socks. So this is the 4-ply BFL, and I will show you. I also have, and I'll show you my next colorway. This is the 2-ply BFL. Just beautiful. If you can see the 2-ply. So this is my Bulbasaur color. This color is really fun to dye because the green that I use is just a really strong green, and you don't have to use much to get this pretty color. So yeah, and there's little pops of like a magenta for the character's eyes. So this is Bulbasaur on Blue-Face Leicester 2-ply. Okay, I also dyed up some Halloween Horror Night on this base. This one came out really beautiful. Blacks, purple, gray, little hints of orange. Very pretty. So, speaking of Halloween Horror Night, I did dye up quite a bit of it. Well, not quite a bit. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 skeins of it in my shop that I will be updating on Tuesday, and across 3 different bases. So this is the BFL sock, 2-ply. And another new base that I got in is a 100% merino, not with nylon. There's no nylon in this yarn. However, it's a 4-ply and it's a really nice tight twist. So if you're somebody who can knit socks with no problem without nylon in the base, you're gonna love this base. Or it would make beautiful shawls. I cannot wear socks. Well, I can wear socks without nylon, but I wear them out in a couple of months, so it's not worth it for me to knit them. I have to have nylon in my socks. There's a lot of sock yarn I can't buy because it's 100% wool. So anyway, this is Halloween Horror Night in that base, and what beautiful shawls this would make. This one came out a little more brown. So I'm calling my oopsies, you know, my skeins that don't look exactly how I would like them to, I'm calling those faux pas. So I would call this a faux pas, but it's still gorgeous and I think has a lot of the essence of the colors in it. So see, this one is more Halloween Horror Night-ish, like my original. This one's a little more brown, so still beautiful. And that brings me to another point. When I list items in my shop, I will be taking pictures of each individual skein for now. It's a little more work, but number one, it gives me practice with my camera, my photography skills. I'm not the best photographer. I'm getting better. So yeah, I'm enjoying taking pictures of all the skeins. So when you go to my shop and you see a skein of yarn, that is the skein you're going to buy. That is the skein you'll be getting in the mail. It's not a stock photo. A lot of times sellers will just have a photo of, you know, this is Halloween Horror Night, and whatever they pick out of the bin, this is what you're gonna get something a little different. For me now, I'm not comfortable doing that, so I'm taking pictures of each individual skein. So I am so obsessed with this color that I had dyed up an extra one and I cast it on into a project. And I'm going to show you that project right now. So I pretty much dropped all my other knitting like a hot rock as soon as I cast this on. I'm not even kidding. Here it is in the skein. Sorry, here it is in the wound cake. And it's so interesting because this color looks so different in the skein, and then again when it's wound, and then again when it's knit up. So here it is knit up. And I gotta tell ya, I'm obsessed. I mean, these little blips of orange, oh my gosh. They just kill me. I just love how this is knitting up. And all the colors on this particular skein are pretty even. So it's beautiful. It's just going to make just such a nice fall little shawl. So let me show you the pattern that I'm knitting up. So I'm knitting Easy by Martina Bem. Are you surprised? So anyway, this is one of her patterns. It's called Easy, and it's really easy because basically all you're doing is knitting 2 triangles. So I'm going to knit this triangle, and then when half the yarn is finished, I'll pick up along one of the edges, I'm not sure which one, and knit another triangle. And it's done, and it's going to be awesome. And I love it. It's awesome. So the first time I'm knitting with my own yarn. Yay! This is the base that I just showed you. This is the 100% merino, no nylon base. And I'm calling it my fashionista fingering base. So this is Fashionista fingering, and I love it. It's very crisp, very nice, and the colors just pop in it beautifully. It just took the color really nice. So I'm very, very pleased with how this is knitting up. So yeah, I'm planning on knitting with all the bases at some point, but I love this one. So off to a great start with knitting my own yarn. All right, so moving right along, I dyed up some more pink pearl. These are a bit more vibrant than last week, but still beautiful. So this is my apple picking color. It's got like some red and some green, a little bit of green and pink. And it's named after the apple that has pink flesh. Okay, and oh, this is on the same base I dyed it on last week. This is just the Merino 2-ply base. This is the chic base. And I have 2 more skeins of Halloween Horror Night to show you. And this is on the same base I dyed it on last week, one of the same. This is my trendy base. And this really took the color beautifully. I mean, these have a lot of orange in them. I mean, none of them are alike. They're like your children, you know? I mean, they have the same colors, but they're all going to be a little different. And I love that about them. I mean, that's what you get kind of when you speckle dye. They just do what they want in the pot. And they all come out really beautiful, I think. Okay. So, thank you so much, everybody, for giving me your feedback about the questions that I asked in the prize thread that I did last week. I had over 30 entries, and I read everything, and I got some great ideas. And one idea that stood out, many of you said that you wanted to see a tonal. So since I got that beautiful 100% merino base, I thought I would dye up a tonal. So I'm thinking, of course, another thing people said that they liked was seasonal colors, which I'm really into seasonal things. So I decided, I was thinking about some colors for the fall and whatnot. And I know that the grape harvest is coming up soon for wine. I'm a wine drinker, mostly red wine. So I thought I'd like to dye a wine colorway. So I did, and I'm in love with it, and I'm also obsessed with it, and I'm going to have to cast something on with this color at some point. So this is Zin. Red Zinfandel is my favorite varietal, so this had to be called Zin. I adore it. It's a tonal with deep maroon leading up to deep reds, and I absolutely love it. And the colors, like I said, really pop on this base. So beautiful shawl color, or socks if you don't mind not having nylon in your base. So yeah, this is Zin. Super excited about it. So there's only 2 of these, and yeah, so you'll see in the shop I have an even dozen, not a baker's dozen. I have a dozen skeins to list on Tuesday, and I hope you guys find something that you like. So a couple of administrative things that go along with that. Number one, I am sponsoring Boston Jen's Pigskin Party Knit-Along. So I contacted Jen because she was looking for sponsors, and I said, all right, I'm a new business, I'll sponsor. So if you enter the Pigskin Party on her website, you can be eligible to win any skein that's in my shop at the time of the drawing, which isn't till Super Bowl Sunday. So any skein in the shop or any color that I've dyed in the past, I'll dye one up for you. Or, and, so you'll win a skein of that. So, along with that, I also offered a coupon code. So the coupon code is good from now until the end of September. And I'm not going to tell you the coupon code. So I want you to go over to Jen's group, which is Down Cellar Studio Podcast on Ravelry. And I'm going to put the link right here to the thread that you'll find the coupon code in. So you'll find I have a coupon code in the thread, and you'll see my little ad in the thread, and you'll see the coupon code. So if you enter that coupon code between now and September 30th, you'll get 10% off your skein or skeins. And it's good right now. So if you want to go look in the shop, and if you see something in there you like, put in the code, and you're good to go. It'll also be good for the update on Tuesday, and it'll run through September 30th. So yeah, a little discount for you for taking a look at Jen's Knit-Along and the thread. And there's some beautiful things in that thread, and I'm going to enable you. So go look in that thread. There's other coupon codes and other dyers, bag makers. So it should be a lot of fun. Okay, so let's do the giveaway. There were 42 numbers, so I chose a number through random.org, and the number was number 16, which is my lucky number. And the winner is Patty Feller from Long Valley, New Jersey. You win this beautiful skein of Deep Sea Rainbow. Congratulations, Patty. This is one of my first hand-dyed yarns that I did, and I assure you, it's just as good as all the others. So enjoy this colorful skein, Patty, and just PM me on Ravelry, or you can send an email to knitstyleyarns@gmail.com. So either one, just contact me, and I will get this out to you right away. Okay. So again, thank you everyone for all your support for this new business venture. I don't even find it work. I really am enjoying dyeing yarn, and it's so much fun, and I'm enjoying creating some beautiful things that I hope you guys love. So yeah, I will see you guys next week with some more pretty yarn and some more knitting and spinning. Oh, I need to get back to spinning. I'll get there. Have a great week. Happy knitting. Cheers.